Hey, this is Chelsea Dupre, host of CJ and Sal. Thanks for listening to the following podcast on Public House Media.
What's up, guys? Welcome to Your Life Matters podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Mariah White, and I am a passionate pediatric nurse practitioner and fired up health and happiness coach, here to deliver a simple message to you. This podcast is meant to provide a hope and a dream that fuels your soul, to dream big and to dream bold and to empower and inspire you to live out your wildest dreams and to grab a hold onto the unwavering truth that you were made for more. What's up? Happy Tuesday. I'm so excited that you're here, so blessed, so humbled, and so honored that you're listening to this podcast. However this podcast got into your hands, I'm so grateful. Whether you are listening on iTunes, Spotify, or any other platform, I encourage you, leave a rating, leave a review, let me know what you think, let me know how I have helped you, if I'm not helping, what I can help with, all of the above, because I'm here to serve you. This platform is here because of you. It is meant for you, and I am so proud and so humbled by that. Guys, I need to talk to you about something so passionate on my heart. I feel like way too often we allow fear and the fear of failure and things that haven't even happened yet to hold us back. Because fear is our soul's GPS. And this is what I mean by that. Fear is paralyzing. Fear is wrapped up in a ball of anxiety. What could happen? What would have happened? What if this happens? How can this happen? All of these things that either haven't come true, haven't happened, may happen, may not happen. All of it is a dictation of how your soul's GPS is going. A lot of times you see in life, people who are the most successful, people who are really making things happen, people who have the things that you think that you want or dream about or wish for or want to work hard towards, the people that have that, their fear is dictating their soul's GPS to level up. Their fear is dictating their soul's GPS to just do it anyway. A lot of times people will look at me and say, Mariah, you're 27 years old. You have a beautiful daughter, a beautiful life. You're a doctor. You're successful. You're ambitious. You have a business, a thriving business. You have a thriving community. You hit all of these amazing goals. Your life looks incredible. You have a beautiful house. Yes, I honor and respect and hold true to all of those things. I do. Not easy. Hasn't been easy. It's not marvelous. It's not that it's like this wonderful, happy, exciting thing all the time, but I am blessed. But I have to tell you that all of the things that I've achieved have scared the living daylights out of me. Going back to school to get my doctorate at the age that I was scared the life out of me because I thought I was going to fail. Having my daughter all naturally with Pitocin and just having her in general scared the life out of me. Realizing that I was going to have to accept the fact that one day when she asked me why I was a single mom and raised her by myself and made a decision that was the hardest decision in my life, that scared the shit out of me, but I still did it because she's the biggest blessing to me. When I sit there and I talk about the things that I've overcome, whether it's homelessness or sexual assault or being in a predicament of toxicity or a domestic violence situation, all of these things scared the crap out of me. But my soul's GPS said, Mariah, you are 1 in 400 trillion people. You are a miracle. You are you for a reason. You matter. And this is what you want to achieve. This is who you want to be. This is what you're passionate for. And this is what your purpose is. So even though you're scared, even though there is a coulda, shoulda, woulda, there's all the what if this happens, all of these things that could build up and manifest and cause fear and anxiety to stop me. Instead, it propelled me and my soul's GPS said, go. My soul's GPS said, leap. My soul's GPS did it anyway. Now, right now you're thinking, well, I'm too terrified to do X, Y, and Z, or it's going to be too hard. I'll wait if I have this and this and this happen. Or you say, well, Mariah, I'm glad that you made it happen, but I just can't. You don't understand my predicament. You don't understand my situation. You don't understand how hard it is. You don't understand because you haven't been. You know what? You're right. But what I am going to tell you, that if you continue with that mindset, continue to say what you cannot do, you're missing out on what you can. If you continue to say what you can't make possible, I promise you the word possible is in impossible. It says I'm possible. Why don't you just try? Why don't you just leap? Why don't you just soar? Guys, you have no idea what you're capable of because you're so busy holding yourself back based on what could possibly happen. Has it happened yet? What's the probability of it happening? Think about your worst fear. My worst fear in the world, don't make fun of me, is drowning. The worst fear in the world is drowning. Guess what? I am 5'11". Please let me know the likelihood of me drowning in a small pond, in a pool, in an ocean that I don't have any ability to just sit. No, like I would literally have to fall out of the sky in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean and not have any foreseeable land or ability or drive or grit to want to fight to live and swim for me to actually drown, or for somebody to actually try to drown me. And again, what's the likelihood of that happening? What's the likelihood of somebody drowning me? What's the likelihood of me at 5'11" not being able to stand up in a body of water and actually drown? Like, it's unlikely. Just because I'm afraid to drown doesn't mean I don't get in the pool. Just because I'm afraid to drown doesn't mean I don't get on the cruise. Just because I'm afraid to drown doesn't mean that I don't act on certain things where I'm going to have fun at the beach or whatever. That's silly. That's like saying, you know what? I heard this from my incredible friend Terry, and I have to shout it out because this is not my saying. But literally, we were having a conversation, me and my leaders, and she was like, you know what? I feel like that's saying that you aren't going to brush your teeth anymore because you have a cavity. Like, that's just not going to happen. You're going to continue to brush your teeth. And that's how it is. Just because I'm afraid of drowning doesn't mean I'm not going to swim. Just because I'm afraid to be successful does not mean I'm not going to succeed. Just because I'm afraid that I'm failing my daughter does not mean I'm not a good mom. Just because I'm afraid to mess up or do certain things that are going to cause her to be like, what in the world, mom? Really? Doesn't mean that I'm going to stop being her mom and put her up for adoption. Just because I'm going through postpartum depression or anxiety doesn't mean I don't love her. That's like saying, because I have a cavity, I'm not brushing my teeth anymore. Guys, your fear is your soul's GPS. Whatever you're running away from, that's what you need to do. Whatever you're running away from, that's what you need to go towards, because I promise you, that's where your passion, your happiness, your love, your ability to be your best self, that's where all of that is. It is in your soul's GPS where your fear is. Let it go. Believe that everything is figure-outable. I'm reading this new incredible book that Everything is Figure-Outable by Marie Forleo. Because guess what? Everything is figure-outable. And if it's not figure-outable, you probably aren't passionate about it. And if it's not figure-outable, it's not actually a problem. Guys, you can do anything you put your mind to. And I promise you, if you step closer to what is making you afraid, if you step closer to what is giving you fear, that you will actually find more joy, more passion, more love, all wrapped up in it. The biggest joy of my life was April 24th, 2019, when I delivered my daughter into this world. I looked over at my best friend and I looked over at her father and I sat there and I said, she's here. I am so like the love. Oh my God, it brings me to tears. The love that I have for one tiny human that I was privileged to be blessed with. That doesn't, the hard, the fear, the what ifs, the, oh my God, I might not be good enough, or what if I'm a single mom, and all of these things, like what's the worst that can happen? Really, truly, I love an incredible human that loves me and that is mine. That doesn't sound half bad. Doesn't sound bad at all. She's the love of my life. If I was so afraid, what would my life look like without her? If I was so afraid to leap, where would I be in my profession? I wouldn't be Dr. White. I wouldn't have worked so hard. I wouldn't be making such a huge difference in so many patients' lives. I was able to share this podcast with a lot of my patients over the last couple of weeks, and I just felt this overwhelming sense of this is why I was created. I was made to empower other people to know that they can push past their fear and know that their life matters. And this is a message for any of you who are listening. If right now you have a fear of living, where you feel like it'd be easier if you gave up, if you feel like it would be easier to call it quits, I need you to understand that you are wanted, that you are needed, that you are worthy, that you are loved, and you were created 1 in 400 trillion. You are you for a reason. You are blessed to your parents for a reason. You are blessed with the genetic makeup and the DNA strands that you have. You are a miracle. 1 in 400 trillion. Believe that. Own that. Know that. And friends, go out of your way to set your intention towards your fear, because it is your soul's GPS.